Fantasy basketball managers in 10-team sleeper app, lock-in mode leagues. We are cooking this episode up for you. We are about to conduct a real-life, actual 10-team fantasy basketball draft on the sleeper app, drafting from the first position. We believe every NBA fan who plays fantasy football should also play fantasy basketball. So yes, you heard me right. I am drafting from the first position. If you've ever heard any of our content around mock drafts or drafts, you know that in my long-legged life, I have never, ever got the first pick. Only in mock drafts when I get to pick my position, but in any kind of randomizer, I've never got the first pick. Well, little disclaimer. This is a public league with some guys on Sleeper. I just needed to get information and context throughout the year, as this season I'm going to really support players who like the Sleeper app and provide some content for them. So I needed to get into a couple of leagues. So I'm hoping and praying that folks are active. But any way you look at it, I'm stoked to have the first pick. And I'm definitely going to be targeting the Joker. Before we start, I wanted to remind you that we are giving away a free Cade Cunningham rookie card. Excuse me. It is a graded SGC 10 Gem Mint rookie card. We are also giving away to another winner a free Josh Giddey rookie card, SGC graded 10 Gem Mint. Both of these cards will probably be worth thousands and thousands of dollars at one point down the line, and they're yours for free. To win, all you have to do is enter the contest. We're celebrating the beginning of the NBA season, and to launch the NBA season, we are giving away these two cards. All you have to do to enter is visit Apple Podcast and leave a review about our show. Wherever you are watching or listening to this, you can click the description or the show notes to get access to the Apple Podcast review link. But once you finish sending your review, make sure you shoot me an email. Robin Marks, you can shoot me an email at believeinfantasy@gmail.com. So we are literally 5 minutes away from jumping off this mock draft. People are joining, getting busy. Big shout out to Braden Gates, Krusty Eyes, Team Game, Etonator 1, Hero 91, Nico Suave, Replace Him, and G Clark 03. I believe G Clark 03 is the commissioner. I do not have the capacity to be a commissioner in another league. I do not have the capacity to join another league. So this is it for me. Might very well be the end of new leagues for the rest of the fantasy season for me. So before we get started, I also wanted to tell you about our sponsor for this episode, Bet Online. It's a Texas showdown in the postseason, and Bet Online is your number one source for all your baseball wagering info with up-to-the-minute stats, news, scores, and matchup breakdowns. Get the latest game odds, spreads, and totals for the NFL and college football at your fingertips with BetOnline's real-time updates on statistics, news, and odds. We have everything you need to stay up to speed on each LCS all the way through to the World Series. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Don't forget, use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. Speaking of the game starting, we are 3 minutes away from the draft starting. It's about to go down, basement. So the draft is underway. It looks like we have 2-minute picks, so it's going to take a while sometimes, especially if people are taking a long time to decide. This works well for us because I'm going to be doing some commentary, so I'll take my time as I make my picks. I'm just hoping guys push through when they're making their picks. So here I am, number one pick, first pick in a draft in the history of all of my fantasy years. I've been doing fantasy going on 9 years. This is wild. I am taking Nikola Jokic. Let's get it. Gates up. He's going to be grabbing probably Luke or Giannis here, but I'm going to go ahead and start taking a look at who I'm going to be targeting for my next pick. So all of these guys like Giannis, Joel, SGA, they'll likely be gone. And then here in the 20s, when I pick again, the people that might be available are as follows. We got Trae Young, Jaylen Brown, Victor Wembanyama's going high here. Kyrie Irving, very interesting. Jimmy Butler, Jarrett Allen, Pascal Siakam, who a lot of people are high on, but I am not. Mikal Bridges, Paolo Banchero. I really like Cade on my second pick. It is a bit of a reach for him, but I know he will not come back around to me, and I really believe in Cade this year. So I'm going to be looking at grabbing someone like Trae Young, most likely, if he's available, and then maybe Kyrie Irving or even Cade Cunningham. So I have a bunch of Cade Cunningham stock. I don't have much Kyrie Irving or Trae Young, so it's appealing to have both of them. And I'm okay with starting out with 2 guards back to back after I grab the Joker. I feel confident that that will be okay. So let's see what happens where everyone else goes, and then from there I'll decide on whether or not I'm going to grab Cade or Kyrie. Also, when it comes to players falling, if any of these other players fall, I don't think there's a player here that I wouldn't pick if they fell to me. So keep that in mind. If any of these guys fell, I would likely grab them, maybe with the exception of LeBron James. I'm really not checking for LeBron James. LaMelo could fall. Cat could fall. I'm not interested in Wembanyama or Harden, so I would probably pass on both of those guys. Definitely have some interest in LaMelo if he did fall. And even Donovan Mitchell is somebody that I'd be interested in. So it looks like Krusty Eyes is up, and he's coming right down to the wire. He looks like he might actually be an auto drafter, which could speed up the process for us. So if he auto drafts here, he would likely be on auto picks for the rest of the draft. So let's see what happens here. Yep, he's going to auto draft. So he's going to take Giannis by default, and then Team Game is up. Team Game is likely going to be looking at Joel Embiid. Nope, he takes Tatum. So Joel falls all the way down. I don't know. Whoa, okay. And now Embiid is off the board at the 1-5. The draft is starting to pick up. It looks like Team 6 might not be here as well, so we might have another auto draft scenario. So Team 6 is coming down to the wire. They appear to be auto drafting. If that's the case, that'll speed up the process for us. But it looks like they're going to be taking SGA off of the board. And next up, we got my man Hero 91. Let's see if Hero 91 pulls up. Oh, wait a minute. Team 6 takes Curry? What? I think Team 6 might have set. Oh, what? That's wild. I don't know how I feel about that. Yo, your man passed on SGA and Halliburton? I mean, hey, maybe he knows something that we don't. And now we got Hero 91. So Hero 91 also looks like he'll be auto picking, and he clearly has to take SGA. Like, if he doesn't take SGA, I'm like, what are people doing with their pre-draft rankings? He took Halliburton. Holy guacamole chips. This is Walla Banini. Yo, Nico Suave also going to be auto drafting. It looks like replace him will also be auto drafting, which sucks biscuits. But we got G Clark here, Team Game here, I'm here, and Braden Gates. So that's enough. Hopefully, if I remember correctly, on Sleeper, once someone auto drafts for one pick, it'll automatically switch. I'm hoping that's the case, because if we got to sit through, oh no. So Nico Suave is about to make his pick. I know he's going to pick SGA. This would be the third player in a row that passed on SGA. I just don't see it happening. Like, he can't do it too. This is going to be wild. Here we go. Okay, he took SGA. Let's see what replace him does. So replace him is up. He will likely take Kevin Durant or Anthony Edwards. Kevin Durant is way higher here on Sleeper than he is on ESPN or Yahoo. So that's very interesting to see. And replace him goes with Kevin Durant. G. Clark should move fast. He is actually here in the draft room. And I'm hoping on the turn here that these auto drafters will just speed on up. It looks like they're already listed as auto drafts. G. Clark he goes ahead and he grabs Lillard. Then we have James at the 2-1, Booker at the 2-2, Edwards at the 2-3, Karl Anthony Towns at the 2-4, Sabonis at the 2-5. Eatonator 1 is up. He has Anthony Davis on the board. Mitchell's on the board for him. LaMelo, Wembanyama, Harden, Trey, Jaylen Brown, Kyrie Irving. So again, if Anthony Davis, and again, I am typically allergic to Anthony Davis, but if I can get consistency from the Joker, then I'll be okay with that. But it looks like someone else grabbed Anthony Davis with the 2-6. So that was Sabonis at the 2-5, Anthony Davis at the 2-6, Wembanyama at the 2-7. What? LaMelo Ball at the 2-8. Now we got Donovan Mitchell. Ooh, man. They hooked me in the face with that one. Man. So I don't have any spider. And again, I am interested in Cade here, but I have him in a bunch of other leagues. I don't have any Kyrie. So I'm going to grab Donovan Mitchell here, and then I'm going to grab Kyrie Irving here. So let's grab Kyrie back to back. And then let's see what else we have here. So after LaMelo at the 2-8, Trae Young goes at the 2-9. I grab Donovan Mitchell at the 2-10, and then I grab Kyrie Irving at the turn at the 3-1. Again, I am almost 100% confident that Cade Cunningham won't come back around to me, but I can probably get Mobley. Maybe I can get Chet. Let's see what's happening down here. Looks like might be able to get Evan Mobley there and Chet. So those are the two that I would probably be looking at back-to-back picks, maybe getting Evan Mobley and Chet. Some of my guys, if I don't get Cade, that's okay. But those are guys that I definitely like. But I don't have any Julius Randle stock across most leagues that I'm in. So that's another player that I'd be interested in potentially grabbing Julius Randle. Have no interest in John Morant, Kawhi Leonard, or even Paul George. Lauri Markkanen is somebody I like, but he's just going way too high for me. I'm just not interested in drafting him that high. Mikal Bridges, if he fell, I would take him, but I don't think he'll be there. Have no interest in Jimmy Butler. I do have some interest in Jaren Jackson Jr., and then we'll go from there. So after Kyrie Irving, Pascal Siakam went at the 3-2. Jaylen Brown went at the 3-3. De'Aaron Fox goes at the 3-4. And then Eatonator 1 is up again trying to decide on who he's going to pick next. James Harden is being faded hard. As you guys probably know, James Harden has been skipping Sixers practice, which is not a good sign. Things are kind of pointing towards him sitting. I mean, listen, one thing about fantasy, I stay away from drama, man. And Kyrie Irving is a good example of someone who typically is riddled with drama. But I think this year he'll play, maybe 65 games, which would be good, 65, 70 games, hopefully. And he'll provide some value trying to find his rhythm with Luka. So Eatonator does grab James Harden. I think that's value there. It's a risk, but hey, I'm not mad at that. Then we had Jimmy Butler at the 3-6, Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 3-7, Adebayo goes 3-8, Mikal Bridges at the 3-9, Jamal Murray at the 3-10. I don't know how Murray's going so high. That's wild to me. I'm kind of out on Jamal Murray. Yeah, I don't consider him like a third round guy. It's crazy that they have him so high here on Sleeper. So we have, after Jamal Murray, Brandon Ingram. I'm concerned about his injuries. Zion Williamson, same issue. Marketing, Banquero, Cunningham. Oh, I'm heartbroken. I'm sick about that. Paul George. And then team game is up. Please don't take Chet, Evan Mobley, or Julius Randle. Those are the 3 players I'm looking at. Stay the frick away. Please, team game, go somewhere. Take Ja Morant. Take Jalen Brunson. Take someone. He takes Jalen Brunson. Yes. Crusty Eyes takes Kawhi Leonard. Yes. I love when they take the players that I don't want. That makes me so happy. Crap. Brandon Gates takes Chet Holmgren. I am peeved. I am ridiculously peeved. So I'm going to take Julius and Evan Mobley here, but I am not happy about it at all. Crap. Come on home. Evan Mobley, come on home. Crapola. Shish kebabs. So after Kawhi Leonard at the 4-8, we had Chet Holmgren at the 4-9, Julius Randle at the 4-10, Evan Mobley at the 5-1. Jordan Poole, I am out on Jordan Poole, but people believe that he's going to average 41 points a game. I don't think so. Darius Garland at the 5-3. Team game is up. He's probably looking at Nikola Vucevic, DeJounte Murray, Zach LaVine, Kristaps Porzingis, Josh Giddey, DeMar DeRozan. Ooh, DeMar DeRozan. I love me some DeMar DeRozan for fantasy. Man. Team game grabs Josh Giddey. Remember, we are giving away a Josh Giddey rookie card. All you have to do is leave a review on Apple Podcasts and then send me an email at believeinfantasy@gmail.com. So Etanator 1 is up again. We got Scotty Barnes here, Desmond Bane, Bradley Beal. It's a lot of goodness here. Like, we still got a lot of quality guys. It looks like people are fading Ja Morant. He will be picked by an auto drafter, whether they like it or not. He going somewhere. He ain't finna stay here. But I promise you one thing. I will not be drafting him. He will have to fall to the 7th round. Maybe 6th. I'm not messing with Ja Morant. I'm sorry. And you know what? To be honest, he was one of my he was my favorite player for a season. A couple seasons ago, it was so box office that I was like, yo, I am going to be a Memphis Grizzlies fan, and Ja Morant is my guy. And then he consistently squandered his blessings. I'm just praying he can bounce back and get it all together because I want to see him win, but it's disheartening, man, when you see people out here who wish they had an opportunity and then people with them like be on IG Live acting crazy like that. But I'm not trying to cast any judgment. I'm praying for the brother. I just want to make sure he bounces back and, and fulfills his true destiny. Etanator 1 is taking the full 2 minutes. Wow, he is really thinking it's over. Huh? He takes DeJounte Murray. Team 6 takes DeRozan, Vucevic, LaVine, Porzingis, Barnes, Henderson. Whew, it's going fast. Henderson, Van Vliet, Turner, Holiday, Beal. Man, this is going fast. People are really skipping Ja Morant. Those auto drafters, they set their rankings. They knew what was up. They didn't just come in here. They didn't just no-show. They just, set their preferences. I ain't mad at that. Etanator 1 is going down to the wire again. It looks like we might have an auto draft movement here. 3, 2, 1. Ja Morant. No, Tyler Hero. Not mad at that. Team Game takes Desmond Bane. Crusty Eyes takes Jared Allen. Both guys I was looking at. So I'm going to be looking at OG Anunoby here. Hopefully he doesn't get drafted. Great. Brandon Gates takes Ja Morant. I'm okay with that. So for me, I'm going to probably take OG Anunoby here and Walker Kessler. I like Şengün too. And honestly, I don't have much Şengün stock out there. Also have some mystery interest in DeAndre Ayton, but I know that I'm high on Kessler. But, I also like me some Rudy Gobert as well. I got a little bit of time to think this over. So I know I'm going to get OG. So let me just set people at ease that I'm not going to take this whole 2 minutes. And for the second pick, I feel like one of these centers, I want to grab them. So it's Claxton, DeAndre Ayton, Walker Kessler, Rudy Gobert. I just feel like Kessler is going to be the guy for me. I feel like he says that he had 29.9 minutes last season. I think that's going to get bumped up. I'm going to just go ahead and follow my gut. Going Kessler. Oh, man. That's exciting to me. Brandon Gates, he's up. Let's see what he does. He got 2 minutes. Let's see how much time he takes. So Brandon Gates almost took the whole 2 minutes. He grabbed Rudy Gobert. Then we have Middleton at the 7-3, Ayton at the 7-4, Maxey, Kuzma, Thompson, Green, Claxton, Brook Lopez, Grant, Simons, McCollum, Murray. Looks like Amin Thompson, Şengün. And then team game is up again. People on the board, Dinwiddie, Brandon Miller, Jabari Smith Jr., R.J. Barrett, Jalen Williams from OKC, Andrew Wiggins, Michael Porter Jr., Keldon Johnson, Franz Wagner. I have tons of interest in Franz Wagner. Like, that is who I'm targeting if he falls to me. It looks like we had Şengün, then Dinwiddie, Brandon Miller, Brandon Gates. Please don't snipe me for Franz Wagner. Do not do it. Take Jalen Williams. He needs you. Take Jalen Williams. He deserves you. Take Michael Porter Jr. off of our hands. R.J. Barrett belongs to you, my guy. Jabari Smith Jr. belongs in a Brandon Gates uniform. Please don't take Franz Wagner. I will lose my Shih Tzu puppy. Please don't do it. 1:19. Oh, gosh, here it comes. Oh, it's going to go down. He's going to take him. I know he's going to take him. Don't take him. Jeez Louise, this is too much. Oh, my gosh. If he does not take him, I'm telling you, the top is off. If I get Franz Wagner in the 8th round, the top is off. Arguably the best. Oh, my goodness. He took Michael Porter Jr. We get Franz Wagner, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Because the top is off. Boobies is out. Hair blowing in the wind. Convertible. Franz, come on home, baby. And we get another pick. Oh, my goodness. I'm looking at Terry Rozier here. Jalen Williams. I like Jalen Williams here. I'm not high on him. A lot of guys have more faith in him than I do. I don't have that same level of faith in him. But here on Sleeper, I see he has some positional eligibility that's impressive. But I'm just not sure. I feel like it's too much happening in that backcourt. I feel like Terry Rozier might be a safer pick, especially in the 9th round. I think he'll outproduce there, man. I just feel like it's a lot of mouths to feed in OKC, and I'm not sure what I'm going to get from Jalen Williams. I've seen Terry Rozier produce. And then there's Jakob Poeltl, who's down here at 92, which would be a bit of a reach, but I also have a ton of confidence in him, even though I already have OG and Anunoby. Other than that here, not really too crazy about, I like Chris Paul, but I might be able to get him on the turn. So let's do this. I don't have any Jalen Williams stock. Let's try it out. Let's see how the young man does. We're going to take his eligibility for all of those positions. That's exciting stuff to me. So Brandon Gates goes for Jakob Poeltl. Then we have R.J. Barrett, Keldon Johnson, Jabari Smith, Clint Capella, Andrew Wiggins, Rozier, Cam Johnson, Ivy, Hield, Vassell, Wendell Carter Jr., Westbrook, Derek White, Austin Reeves. So Team Game grabs Aaron Gordon. Crusty Eyes grabs Marcus Smart. Brendan Gates is up. The guys that I'm looking at right now are Chris Paul and Ben Simmons. Brandon, stay away from Chris Paul and Ben Simmons. If he happens to take one of those two, I might actually draft John Collins, who I think in the 10th round, it's a great shish kebabs. He grabs Ben Simmons. I don't believe that. Frick. Okay. Don't take it personal. Hey, he gave me Franz Wagner. He couldn't give me Ben Simmons too. So let's take Chris Paul here. And then on the turn, I like John Collins. I don't have any of the Thompson twins yet, which is very, very unusual for me in a draft. But I'm not really trying to do that right now. What I want to do is, I'm looking at John Collins. It's not exciting to me, but I feel like there's so much potential for him in that new environment. I think he could really take off. And me, I have looks like 4 more picks. I don't have a Thompson twin, which is very peculiar. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab John Collins. I know I already have Walker Kessler, but I'm curious to see what happens here. He is very similar to Ben Simmons. Was considered a early round guy a few years ago and has kind of had a bit of a downturn. This could be his, revitalization. He could be making a comeback. So let's try it out. You can rock with us. And if I can somehow sneak a Thompson twin from there, all good. If not, whatever. I won't make a big stink about it. I'm not gonna take it personal. But Brandon Gates got me for Ben Simmons though. That hurt just a little bit. Sucker punch in the belly, right above the navel. Too much information, Robin. Just saying. So Brandon is up now. I'm going to see maybe he's going to do something like Valanciunas. Oh, he takes faults. Oh, he's drafting really well. Man, I like what he's doing. He's out here in these streets. He's not playing. Markelle Fultz. That was a reach according to these rankings, but I think that's a great pick. Very impressive. It gets ugly at this part of the draft. Oh, Mark Williams is an interesting catch. Putting a little bit of a Kangu, another guy I'm interested in. Okay, we got some goodness down here in the depths of the darkness, in the trenches. Oh, Dan Gaff, my guy. Derek Lively. A lot of people have some interest in him. I'm not really there yet. Oh, Sohan though. I'm interested in Sohan. Sohan is a guy I'm interested in seeing what happens with him. But let's get back to the recap. We got Fultz, Porter Jr., Nurkic, Valanciunas, Mathurin, Portis, Christian Wood, Russell, Draymond Green. We got Asar Thompson, Robert Williams, Herb Jones, Harris, Duran, Grady Dick, Sharp, Adams. Brandon Gates is up again. Let me see if I can find me some Sohan. I'm really interested in Sohan. Maybe he was drafted already. Sohan? Can we get a Sohan? Can I get a Sohan? Yeah, oh, he's just way down there. Like, geez Louise. They treated him like poop. They treated him like some daggone dog poop. So, Brandon Gates has Colin Sexton here, Jordan Clarkson, Dylan Brooks, Josh Hart. He grabs Colin Sexton. I'm not okay with Colin Sexton. I don't like that pick. I don't mess with that. Tyus Jones, I have some interest in. I'm curious to see what he does there in Washington. Also, we have some of these big guys. We got the Williams of the world. And just taking a look at my roster here, I have 3 centers already. So, yeah, I'm interested in grabbing one more center out of Williams and Gafford. Not sure which one I will grab, but Jeremy Sohan is someone I'm super interested in. And I only have 3 picks left. So I'm going to get Sohan here. I'm going to just swing for the fences on him. And then I'm going to grab one of these centers. Actually, I think some of those centers might be available. I think Tyus Jones. I think I might do the Tyus Jones pick and then the Sohan pick. And then grab the center, whoever's left. I'll grab them last because I feel comfortable at center. I'm not going crazy over Dan Gafford or Mark Williams, but Tyus Jones, I'm curious to see what he does with a permanent starting role. So let's get it. Let's get it. And I'm confident that my man Jeremy Sohan, like somebody might snatch him up. I'm sorry. Like I'm not about to put myself in that position. Like where is he? Where's my man Sohan? Oh, really? That's how we doing it? Oh, there was my watch list. He's on my watch list. Nope. There he is. So Sohan. Sohan at the 146. I don't know if he'll make it back around, but I know Mark Williams, Onyeka Okongwu, or Gafford will. One of the three will, and if not, then I'll take a swing at somebody else. But I have to get Jeremy Sohan. If you didn't hear, Jeremy Sohan will be the starting point guard to start the season for the San Antonio Spurs, which is huge. He's a big guy. He has eligibility for small forward, power forward, and point guard. I got to. I'm just too curious. I got to see it. Like, that's a huge team. Like, Wemby, Sohan at point. He like 6'9". Yo, he's a big dude. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the list here. It looks like Jordan Clarkson. He's going to get snatched up, but that's somebody I would be interested in taking if he was still available. But chances are he won't be. People like Trey Jones, Kelly Oubre Jr. will be available. Kevon Looney might be available. I'm targeting one of these three centers. I think Trey Murphy is a really good pick here too. I think he's a great stash pick, so I'll go ahead and put him in my queue as well. I think that's someone you stash, you hold, pick somebody else up off a waiver for your streaming spots. Because remember, your last 2 or 3 spots you're likely going to be streaming anyway. And maybe for a lock-in mode, it's a little different, you know what I'm saying, in terms of streaming. But you still want to make sure that you can get somebody in your IR and have them waited out. So even if you're not fully maximizing streaming strategies in lock-in mode, you still want to actually be able to put somebody in your IR. So after Sohan, we had Mark Williams gone, Walker, Brogdon, Brooks, Hachimura, Clarkson, Trent, Hart, Herter, Bogdanovich, Bay, Brown, Hayward, Kuminga, Whitmore. So a couple of my guys are still around. So we still got Dan Gafford. We still got Onyeka Okongwu. We still have Trey Murphy. I think I might just take Murphy, throw him in my IR, and then come back to grab either Onyeka Okongwu or Dan Gafford. I think that will be my plan. And we just close out the draft like that, and I'll give a little assessment on my team really quick before we finish up. Brandon Gates is going to take his time for this last pick. Wouldn't be him if he didn't do that. But after Trent Jr., we had Hart, Herter, Bogdanovich, Bay. I said that already. Kuminga, Whitmore, Zubac, Suggs, Mitch Robinson. I'm up. I think I'm going to go ahead and just grab my man Trey Murphy, and then I'll come back later and I'll fill in that roster spot with someone else. So let's go ahead and do a recap, and I'll give an honest rating on my team. Rating 1 to 5, our traditional Believe in Fantasy GOAT rating. Nikola Jokic at the 1-1. Yes. Donovan Mitchell at the 2-10. Yes. Irving at the 3-1. Yes. Julius Randle at the 4-10. Yes. Mobley at the 5-1. Yes. Anunoby at the 6-10. Yes. Kessler at the 7-1. Yes. Wagner at the 8-10. Yes. Jalen Williams at the 9-1. Maybe. I need to see. People are high on him because he had a really strong finish to the end of the season last year. Like, I think it was like over the course of like a few games. It wasn't even like a whole big section of the season. He went ballistic towards the end of the season, and because of that, people are high on him. I drafted him because I'm taking a little bit of a risk in the 9th round, but also I want to see if he can live up to the hype. So maybe. Chris Paul at the 10-10, yes. John Collins, maybe. I need to see it. I need to see if he can do it. Tyus Jones, maybe. Sohan, maybe. Murphy, maybe. So overall, I think it was a solid draft. I'm going to give myself a 3 out of 5 GOAT rating. Man, this has been so fun. Make sure that you continue to support the channel. Share with your league mates. It's okay to have a place that you go to. You don't need to like keep it all to yourself, especially if you play, especially if you're playing on Sleeper. There are not as many players playing on Sleeper, so it's a smaller community. If you would like to join our Discord, all you have to do is hit the link in the bio or in the show notes. And now that you are prepared to draft on the Sleeper app, make sure you check out the next episode, you freaking fantasy nerd. This episode was presented to you by BetOnline, where the game starts.